Did I step on something? What's that? My shirt good? I don't know, should I wear this hat? Let's just get started. This is gonna be a good one. All right, well, let's get to it. This is the first time I am doing a video like this, just kind of my full face. I just want to be straightforward and honest. I'm not anybody's enemy here. I want to talk a little bit about the past and really just cover as much as I can in a very short amount of time. So let's get started. With a lot of people reaching out to me, I want to make it clear, I have not owned shares in Fisker since I believe 2021. I did not own shares in Fisker in 2022 and 2023. If you don't know me, I am a day trader and a swing trader, all right? A lot of times I swing trade, it's in options as well. I might have swing traded some shares, but I've not actually been an investor in Fisker in a very long time. Why? Because I'm not long-term investing in anything, all right? I definitely have been a lot more of a risk-on trader the past few years. There's really no point in me lying about this. I'm just trying to be as straightforward as possible. If you really want me to be more straightforward, in February of 2021, I made about 40K between Fisker and QS in a couple of those trades. I'm sure some of you remember back then. And a lot of that was options as well, especially on the QS side. So I've been in and out of Fisker many times. If you're in premium, you know I do trade options on Fisker. I've traded a lot of options in the past couple of years. But in no way did I hold Fisker from $20 down to $1, okay? So for the people that did that, I'm sorry. I really feel for you. Seeing the stock at $1 hurts me as much as it does to you, but that's not what I did. And why did I cover it the whole time? Not because I'm begging people to buy the stock. I don't really care whether or not you do. It's as a service to my audience. This audience was literally built off of the Fisker stock going from $8 to $30+. And it was at $8 when I was like, hey, this is a big buy. Not financial advice, big buy for me, make it clear. And it was, and it went up quite a bit. And then it went to the other side of the fence and it started falling. And you know, there was a couple swing trades I did and they did hit their stops. They were not 99% losses, they were 10, 15% losses. Okay, so I wanna make all of that clear. And in terms of where the stock is right now, I put out a post today on X and I basically said how it is. If that makes people emotional, it does, but it's at $1 right now. It can only go $1 lower. It can't go into the negative territory. Now, yes, they could do the dilution. They could reverse split. That's possible. But as of right now, from where I'm looking at it, yes, you can find posts of me saying I like Fisker long-term when it was at $6, $5. You can find them. I'm not going to deny that I said those things. And I did think them at the time. And I do also think at $1, Fisker is a good company. In my opinion, I like their product. Just like you might like to eat burgers from Shake Shack, you like their company. Doesn't necessarily mean the stock price of Shake Shack is gonna represent that. And I started doing this when I was 18, I believe. Let me do the math, 2020. Yeah, I was 18 when I started talking about Fisker. I'm 21 right now. I'm still young and I could have done a better job with certain things, but if you've watched the streams, and I know for a fact anybody who actually watches the streams can attest to this, every single day, I've just been brutally truthful about how the technicals looked. I have said at times that the chart looks horrible, literally, about Fisker. Doesn't mean I don't love the company. If you've been around, I've also met Henrik Fisker. I do believe in him. I like the product. You can go see the other videos on my YouTube channel about Fisker if you want to know why I like Fisker and why I'm talking about it. But I wanted to make sure all of that's clear. And you can go and see my swing trades. Like if we take a look at the swing trades on Fisker, we can just do right now. First, there was a huge bullish butterfly swing trade. And if you want to see that, here it is. It went from $9 to 18 bucks. There was the Wyckoff trade, which went from 15 to the target at 22, but the stock price actually went up to over 30. There was this swing trade over here, another harmonic, like literally harmonic after harmonic just kept playing out. And yeah, this is what I was doing with Fisker. I was posting swing trades, okay? It wasn't, and this one only hit the first target, but still it was a 23% profit. And there, look at all these harmonics. Every single one of these played out back to back to back to back. This one, this one, this one. And I learned to swing trade at all of them, especially with options. That would have been a huge, huge, huge profit. Never did I say to get into calls or shares at 22 bucks at the end of 2021 and hold it to $1, okay? I went over the analysis and all of my point of views were in the short term for the last 3 years. And what did I say? Yes, I like the stock long term, but My outlook is 5 to 10 years. It's only been 1 or 2 years. And I do think that there are certain things that are unfair in certain ways. I mean, if you look at a lot of the competitors like Lucid and Rivian, with similar revenues, they have a much larger market cap. And did Fisker mess up in certain areas? Yes. I'm still looking around for what news was so bad that took it from $6 to $1. And the main two pieces of news are deliveries were under expectations, which is kind of the same thing for almost every EV company, apart from like Tesla and maybe a couple of Chinese ones. And that, yeah, they delayed their earnings and they had issues with accounting. But they're still making their product. They're still very similar to their competitors. They did, I believe, 70 million revenue in their previous earnings. And they're trying, you know, they just hired a new chief accounting officer. That's really all that can be said, okay? So in terms of the good for what we're seeing right now at $1 a share, they're looking to start selling at dealerships, and their original plan was to do a direct to consumer. I'm a little bit 50-50 on that. I kind of like the direct to consumer approach at first, and I think it would work well if they had done a better job of marketing, to be quite honest. But yes, when most people don't really know about what a Fisker car is, then yeah, you kind of need dealerships. And then maybe they can switch back to direct to consumer once their car is more well known, okay? Another thing, a lot of people are very concerned about the production costs and factories and this and that, and Fisker running low on cash. And I just feel like these people don't really even know, maybe some of the people shorting the stock right now, whether retail or hedge funds, don't know that they're outsourcing their production to Magna and Foxconn. That's another big point. A lot of this business is not like other competitors in the space, and I feel like people kind of group them as the same thing, even though it's very different in many ways. And it's pretty much the stock price is going down because if Lucid or Rivian or whatever other competitor you want to name were to be doing the same things, it would really affect their business model. But Fisker has a lightweight business model. And look, if we're going to really keep going, the short interest is over 40%. I'm not here to say anybody's manipulating anything. I don't like people who just try to create conspiracy theories out of anything without any proof. All I'm saying is that for about the past 1 to 2 weeks at 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. Eastern time, the stock has pretty much gotten hit. That could be for whatever reason, but I do find it more of people are just kind of looking at the stock price and shorting it or selling it rather than actually looking at fundamentals. Because if they were looking at fundamentals, why would it not sell off throughout the whole entire day every day? There's so many different debates you can have, and it's just disappointing to me because I know friends and people personally from my own Discord that when Fisker was doing all good and stuff, they're like, oh yeah, Fisker is great, Fisker's great. And now the business model is still the same thing, and they're acting like they never said those things about Fisker. What I'm doing is I'm making a video right now. It is still my pinned tweet on X. I am still here. Not because, oh my gosh, Fisker is gonna be the next Tesla or Amazon, but look, Tesla and Amazon almost went bankrupt before becoming great companies. Even if Fisker becomes 10% of that one day, this could be a huge opportunity. And I'm not gonna shy away from being wrong. You know what, if you want me to be egotistical for a second, I've been right way more times than I've been wrong. So if I am, at the end of the day, wrong on Fisker and they end up delisting and it doesn't work, it sucks. But I do know for a fact that the swing trades did amazing and that a lot of you were able to become profitable traders because you found me through Fisker and then learned about all of the technical analysis, joined the Discord, and applied yourself to actually learning. And that's really it, okay? Apart from that, from a technical standpoint, if we take a look at the chart, this is the first time that Fisker is oversold on the weekly. It is also pretty much at the bottom of this downsloping channel. It is oversold. I think any good news could lead to a nice bounce up because shorts might cover there as well. I mean, $1 to 1 cent, yeah, it could be a great trade on a short if it were to go that whole way, but the probability of going lower, the lower and lower you go, unless it is going to truly just collapse as a company, gets a little bit smaller. So I'm not here to sell this to anybody. If you don't want to buy it, don't buy it. I just want to make sure it's clear that since day one, I've been just looking at this as a short-term point of view in terms of my streams and on Twitter. And the few times I have mentioned the long-term, it was for a much longer outlook, 5 to 10 years. And I still hope it works out, but it might not. And in the meantime, I'm going to keep crushing it everywhere else on the spaces, in the Discord, on the streams. And I hope you appreciate that. This is mainly for a couple new people that are kind of getting involved with Fisker or selling at Fisker for a loss at $1 that are trying to take it out. And I just want to kind of have an answer in a nice way. I'm here to help you. If you lost money in Fisker, I feel your pain and I really want you to succeed. And I want to help you find a better way to make money or a better way for you to get your money back, whether it's through Fisker stock or another stock or through a new business opportunity, whatever it is. I'm just trying to help people, okay? That's all I'm trying to do. So that's really what I wanted to say nice and quickly. It's really high volume down here. It kind of looks similar to how it did at $8 before it went to 20. I can't promise that it's gonna go from $1 to $10 now. But the technicals do look oversold. There just isn't really a pattern. And yes, it is a falling knife. I mean, even on the daily time frame, it's kind of under this demand line. So we will see what happens in time.